Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. An effort to revise the City of Attleboro Charter to include gender-neutral language was approved by the Massachusetts State Legislature and signed into law by Governor Baker shortly before the new year. Attleboro City Councilor Dolan proposed the changes in early 2019. We spoke with her to learn more about the process.
My name is Dolan. I am the Attleboro City Councilor for Ward 5. And the City Council does important work every week. We vote on millions of taxpayer dollars for certain projects, for vehicles, for so many different things. Today we're discussing the gender-neutral language for the Charter. This has been 90 years in the making, and when the Charter first was written in 1914, women didn't even have the right to vote at that point. So it kind of was born out of an irritation on my part. When I went to the ballot box, it said councilman. And when I went to pull papers to run for city council, it said councilman. I had asked the elections office about it, and they said, oh, that's the way it has to be because that's how the charter reads. So then when I was elected, I thought maybe I was in a position that I could do something about changing that. And that's exactly what I did. When you talk about nurses, you ask specifically about a nurse. Nurse is a gender-neutral title. When you say you have a nurse, you don't say I have a male nurse or a female nurse, although it's always been identified as a female, so I'm sure that men that are nurses feel the same kind of stigma. Women have been in government for decades, and I think it was high time that our official documents reflected that. I brought it before the council, there was no debate, and it passed unanimously. And then from there, because it was a special act, it went to the state and then worked its way through, I think, almost 3 years that it took, and then the governor finally signed it recently. What I hope people take away is that it's a good piece of legislation. This is not an anti-male piece of legislation. This is just about acknowledgement about women being in government and being in places where they make decisions. Maybe when a young person goes to the ballot box and they see that it just says counselor, there's no gender weight to the name, that maybe it's more inclusive and not gender specific for that role. The council meets every Tuesday evening. You can see our docket on the Attleboro City website or DoubleACS. You can watch live during our council meetings, and my phone number is also posted on the city website if you have any questions or concerns that you need to reach out to me for.